probably isn't. It's just getting closer to the radar and the beam is getting smaller and you can see more detail.
And what is the criteria, again, just to kind of remind us of what a warning is and who establishes that criteria for calling something a warning? Is that the National Weather Service?
Right, it indicates that there's either a strong radar indication or someone has seen it. So a watch is just keeping it, we had a watch earlier today. Just keep an eye out. It's kind of a forecast. You don't really have to take any action. But a warning means that there's either a strong radar indication, as there is with this storm, or that somebody's actually seen a tornado or water spout. It could be a warning for large hail or something like that with a severe thunderstorm. So the warning means whatever we're talking about is happening. Now, as of 5 or 6 years ago, the warnings were issued for a polygon. If you have the Bay News 9 Plus app, you're only getting an alert if you're inside this polygon. So if you have the Bay News 9 Plus app and you're in Bradenton and you're going, well, I never got an alert, well, it's because you weren't intended to, because you were not inside that polygon. So it really is pretty amazing how it all works.
Right, and most of this storm, as we're looking at it, Mike, and you've been talking about, is sliding more rapidly to the east than it is to the north. Is that correct?
Maybe a little bit northeast. It started, let's follow this hook here. It started right there, and so it is right here now. So I would say a little bit northeast. Let's do a, let's figure this out where this is. Looks like the hook is about right there. And so it's moving at about 35 miles an hour towards the northeast. I'm not sure it's going to make it all the way into Polk County. This is Polk County.
Sure.
It may not make it that far, but right now it's about 8 minutes away from Duette and about 5 minutes away from Newtown and in the Bunker Hill area. But these, these are all very, very small communities there in northeastern portions of Manatee County. But those are the areas under threat with this. Let me look at the velocities a little bit here. Yeah, it's still a very broad rotation associated with this. So it's not tight or anything like we saw in January. Nothing like that. We're not even seeing any lightning out of this. So this is a very broad rotation right in this area across Manatee County. And there's Duette. This is Wauchula Road, or 62, and this is up to the north. And so these are very small communities, but you can see there are some roads showing up in here as we zoom in. And so there are probably subdivisions in these areas here and small ranches. I've looked in these areas, and driven through here, and there's a lot of little ranchettes and things like that going on. And so that we're looking at right in here, Al, that would be the hook, and that would be the area that is suspicious. But you notice our radar has never kicked in the algorithms where you see the spinning circle.
Right. Yeah.
We haven't seen that kick in. So that's a pretty good indication that the radar algorithm is not sufficiently impressed with this to kick in the automated algorithms that are associated with that. But we do see with the human eye, and I can see the hook that they're looking at in here, right in here, and that would be very close to this area around Wauchula Road. So we'll see the warning expires here in about a minute, and we'll see if that is extended. I'm not sure if it will be or if it's downranged here in parts of Polk County. But again, the circulation right in here. So it's very, very broad circulation heading up to the area around Duette right now. Okay, so around County Road 39, the rotation is picking up a little bit. So that would be in that area that I was just talking about, just to, right in here, just to the west of the Duette area right now.
Mike, what are we talking about of wind gusts in those areas? Have you been able to find any information on the wind gusts themselves? I know when some of these storms came across the Pinellas County area and even Manatee, we were seeing some gusts of 30, 40 miles an hour. So are there likely to be a lot of strong winds just ahead of this rotation or not?
Yeah, and let me switch over here because that computer, let me get you a live shot going here. It looks like, Al, maybe 30 or 40 miles an hour. That is right with that storm. That would be about right as that comes in across. It's in a very, very small area there across parts of Manatee County. And Now we're getting word of a new tornado warning on this, and this is going to go until 1 o'clock. So they're going to continue this tornado warning, and that's going to go until 1 o'clock. So a new tornado warning, there's sufficient rotation on this, and so that will plot up here in just a second. And there it is. That's the new tornado warning that just came in, and it's going to go all the way till 1 now for this storm. This includes, if you're in Polk County, you're going to hear a tornado warning, but this is a very small part of southwestern Polk County that's included, and a very small part of southeastern Hillsborough County that is included in this tornado warning. So that is a new tornado warning that's just been posted on this storm, and there's also another one down toward Charlotte Harbor. So it's getting kind of busy down to the south of us right now. But let me go over and look at this for just a second here, Al, if you could take it for a second.
Yeah,
and,
no problem. And folks, we're just reminding you that if you're in one of these areas, you always want to take precautions, which means when there's a warning out there, you need to be able to take some action and have a plan in your mind what you're going to do. If you're in a mobile home and you have the ability to get out of that mobile home, a shelter that you may have in your mobile home estates, which a lot of people have. Just stay away from any objects that might be moving. Get out of your car. If you really see one of these storms, get into a ditch. I know that may sound crazy at the time, but if these winds come along and you're in a car and that car is tossed about, seeking shelter in a sturdy building, what does that mean? Well, you try to go into an interior room. That may be a washroom or something that has a washer and dryer there, or a bathroom, or something that doesn't have a lot of windows in it, in case the storm comes through and breaks a lot of windows, and the glass is what can injure a lot of folks along the way. So avoid the windows. I know there's always the temptation to say, I need to look outside right now to see what I can see. But if you're in a warning situation, you need to make sure that you're prepared to protect yourself. Luckily, in this part of the area, we're not seeing a lot of activity in a heavily populated area. But you may remember it was in January earlier that we had that problem in Duette when that storm came roaring through and people lost their lives. So especially now for the next 28 minutes or so, just keep your eyes and ears on us here at Bay News 9 and Clystron 9, which does a better job of looking at these storms than anything else. Mike, you got some more information for us right now?
Yeah, I do, Al, and we were seeing that rotation was tightening up a little bit and the warning was reissued, and I think this is what we're seeing here as we look at this. This is Duette right in here. You see it's getting a little bit of a tighter rotation and also maybe back up in here. So that's the area being monitored very carefully as that comes up towards Duette and moves in across the area from Duette westward, just a few miles, and then back down in this area. A little bit of a tighter rotation on that, so that warning was reissued. So let me go over the new tornado warnings. The first one has expired. The second one down here to the south, let me try this one more time. There we go. That's the new one for this storm around the Duette area. If you are in Hillsborough County or in Polk County or even in Manatee County and you're worried about a tornado, don't be worried because it does not include almost all of these counties. It just picks up a small portion of northeastern Manatee County and then back over